Hi, I'm John, and we're on the Mayo Civic Center construction site, and I'm here with my favorite fourth grader,
Harrison. Hi, I'm Harrison.
and we're here to talk about the structural foundation system for the Mayo Civic Center and how it works.
How do these skinny poles hold that building, the big building?
Well, there's about 500 of these poles out here on this job site, on just this area alone, and each one of these poles can hold up 50 tons. 50 tons. You know how much 50 tons is?
Oh, I know.
50 tons is 100,000 pounds. That's about the capacity. Each one of these poles can hold the capacity of about 300 NFL linemen.
Wow. That's a lot of NFL linemen.
Yeah.
How do these poles go in the ground?
Well, each one of these poles is driven into the ground by this crane that's in the background for us, and it takes about 15 to 20 minutes for each of these poles to be driven into the ground. So what they do is they take one of these poles and they rig it up into their driving mechanism, and they set that on top of the ground. And then essentially what they'll do is they just start pounding that pole down into the ground until the pole reaches a certain resistance with the ground that's around it. There's no bedrock that we're going down to, so we're relying on the resistance of the ground around that pole to create the capacity that it will have.
How do these poles support the building?
Well, what the pole is relying on is it's relying on the friction between the sand and the outside of that pole to create a capacity in that pole. So then what they do is they drive in a bunch of poles. And so they've created, basically what they've got is they've got a cluster. So some of these clusters have 3 poles in them, some of them have as many as 6 to 7 poles in them. So they've got a cluster there, and that's creating a capacity. So if you had an example here, you've got 5 pencils in the ground. If this was 5 poles, that's 500,000 pounds that that cluster could hold up at this point in time. So then what you have to do is you have to create a plateau on top of those poles. So then all your linemen can stand on top of that. Well, in our case here on this building, what'll happen then is there will be a single column that'll come down and stand on top of that plateau, which is then supported by all of these little posts that are underneath it.
That's cool because the poles are about the size of me.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of them to hold the building.
Thanks, John.
No problem.